Well, yesterday was fun, wasn't it? So the internet was led to believe that Michael Keaton was going to have a Batman Beyond movie. So pretty much that's what I want to talk about in this video. Yesterday, for the entire day, mainly of yesterday, the report, the news was that there's going to be two different Batmans, right? Obviously, I guess introduced or figured out how they're going to get into the spots that they're going to be in the Flash movie, and then it would separate into universes. So Robert Pattinson would have his, with Matt Reeves, they'd have their own universe, and then Michael Keaton would have his own Batman universe, okay? People were excited. I was excited. I would say that I did tweet this too. I was worried about it. I still would be worried about it right now. And really the only reason is, and I guess you can even say this for The Flash, Warner Bros. Has really proven that they cannot, I wouldn't say they can't handle, but they haven't proven that they can consistently pump out really good ideas or good movies, okay? Wonder Woman was all over the place. Wonder Woman was a great film. Wonder Woman 1984 was not a great film. Batman vs. Superman, Justice League needs a separate cut altogether. Suicide Squad needs a separate cut altogether. Man of Steel is very back and forth. Aquaman is pretty liked, but it's nothing revolutionary, right? They haven't been consistent at making high level productions, okay? And so that's where I kind of came from. I know people were asking, like, why are you so down on the idea? Of course I want a Batman Beyond movie. Of course I want a Batman Beyond series. Of course I want to see Michael Keaton come back. I mean, from the old Batman stuff, I think Michael Keaton is easily the best one, okay? I don't know if I like him compared to Christian Bale. I like each of them for separate reasons, but, would I say no to Michael Keaton returning in that role? No, I would not. I would want him to return. And by the way, again, seeing him in the Flash movie I hope will be very, very cool, okay? Hopefully everything they do in this Flash movie is going to be very, very good. Again, though, you could argue them tackling so many different things at once, is that going to become too much for them? I think it looks more likely than not likely just based off of track record alone, but it's not a guarantee, okay? I'm not going to be a massive Debbie Downer. But where all this come from, there was a New York Times, I believe, article that was talking about this. Now, for what it's worth, this guy clarified it later last night and basically shut the whole thing down. He was like, you know what? You had your fun today, but I'm going to come out of my closet here and tell you guys that you guys need to shut up, right? This is not the case. I mean, in all reality, he kind of led people on, okay? The article wasn't necessarily all that much misleading, but when people were asking him questions on Twitter, he definitely was framing it, and he didn't really correct the narrative when people were asking him questions, right? People were kind of building the narrative that, okay, so Affleck is done in this Flash movie, and then we're going to go forward with Pattinson, and who's the other Batman? Keaton. And like the way the question, I get it, like people were wording questions weird, but the way that this guy answered them was not perfect. So I would, I don't want to put all the blame on the fans, on the community for kind of like taking it and running with it. Now, I have seen, there's just articles that could have done maybe more digging, right? Could have done maybe some actual journalism, but we all know, and especially if you guys watch this channel, we know journalists are incapable of doing journalism. That's one of my biggest problems with them, is that they're incapable of doing their job. But they didn't do that, so they were running with their own thing. So that is their own fault. But this guy didn't make it any better. And then late last night, he confirmed basically that no, like I was just talking about the Flash movie. So we got ourselves kind of worked up for nothing, and it kind of sucks again because I think people were as yesterday built, more and more people were excited. I did see that skepticism where it's like, okay, well, are they capable? Could they actually? It wasn't just me. There's many people I saw out there being like, all right, well, I'm not like immediately trusting that they can do a Batman Beyond with Michael Keaton well, or they, not necessarily even that, but just that they can spawn a multiverse and like keep it running and really start developing it. Can they actually do that? The thing is, they're still kind of doing that. Even if Batman Beyond never happens, okay, if Michael Keaton doesn't have, maybe they do Ben Affleck in 10 or 15 years, okay? If it happens at some point, that's fine. But the point is, this Flash movie is really going to shake things up. You know what I mean? It's going to impact all of the members. So what we see afterwards, everything's, and we know Wonder Woman, right? Gal Gadot is going to be in it, all that stuff. So how does this impact the third one? How does this impact the future of Aquaman? How does this impact Superman, right? Are we ever going to get a Man of Steel too? So all of these things, they are all going to be impacted by this Flash movie, and that's a lot. Again, that's a lot of pressure. So I'm I am very pumped for that movie. I really, really am. Like, I'm excited to see what they can do there. At the same time, I'm very, very skeptical. It sucks. I would have liked to see, I know a lot of people, especially in my community, right, love Batman Beyond. So I get, and again, I want that too. I love Michael Keaton. I love all the stuff he's done, okay? I would love to see him come back. And again, it's kind of, it's a back and forth thing because we do get him back. You know what I mean? He does come back as Batman, but does he come back as Batman for 10 minutes, for 15 minutes, and that's it, right? So we don't necessarily know what the future holds. We'll have to see. I mean, maybe he's onto something. Maybe they end up maybe they do something like this. I mean, when you have, what do they say, like 4 movies and 2 HBO Max things a year, I mean, you're going to need to fill that somehow. Sure, there's no shortage of like random superheroes that they could just throw in there, right, to do it. I'm sure they can come up with some pretty darn quickly. But if you ever want to do a Batman Beyond thing, it's staring you right in the face. Right? I think the Flash movie will make it possible where you can have that, and the question just will be, will you do it, pretty much, right? So let me know, guys, in the comments below, what do you think? Were you excited and now you're disappointed? Where do you stand? You know, did you think maybe it's a bad idea altogether? Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed, have the bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. I know this one didn't even get a notification, but make sure you guys do hit that bell. If you guys want to follow our Twitch account, we have a Twitch account. We live stream there around 2 times a week. We also live stream on YouTube 1 time a week. So if you guys want to follow the Twitch channel, the link for that is in the description below, okay? Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you all on the next video.